Hello everyone, welcome here. Today, we're going to be playing some Sweet Transit. Let's manually load to make sure we get the right one. Just in case the game decides to be weird. Alright, so we have this town and it needs stuff. Specifically, it needs stuff to be delivered to it so we can start adding population to it. Yeah. And first thing it needs is fish. And we don't have fish aboard a train right now. So we need to get fish hauling in and out of here. Hello, survey. Welcome here. Anyway. We can't haul fish out of this station. It's too small already. And it would be a pain in the butt to set up hauling. I think we're going to be better off just building a fishing village somewhere. It doesn't have to be big. Okay, fishing can only be in a village. Now what I'm curious about... Yeah, we can fit fish over here, okay. Where is the town center? I think we're going to create a literal fishing village. Just a small town. Using a village hall somewhere. Probably not right here, actually. We'll do it a little farther away somewhere. But just a small town with a couple little bits of fishing activity. Yeah, that's a good spot. Okay. Nice simple dirt road. And then we will add a small storage. No. We're not going to use a small storage. If I can find it in the damn list, we're going to use a distribution center. No, we're going to use a small storage. Put it over there. You guys will all output to the small storage. Okay. And then we need to add a train station to the town. Doesn't have to be a large one. I want it to be relatively close to this small storage though. So we'll stick it right there. Okay. Now, We'll do a 12 long platform. Okay. That'll work out quite well. I'm not even sure how you'd begin to pronounce this town name, but it looks appropriate enough for a fishing town. Yeah, good enough. Okay, now we need to add a courier shack. Input from there, output to here, protect, make sure 10% of the fish stays behind minimum, and then we will add a oh, where's that? Looking the wrong way. I'll mark it. Okay, the market can go right there, I think. It'll get from the small storage. And then we just have to add a few houses. Okay. So once we get a little bit of fish, this market will fill up, and that'll get our population above 5 per house. We don't want excess population here. We want enough population, and that's it. Okay, they're up to 15 population for each. Each of these taking up 20. This is using 20. Okay, we definitely have way more population than we actually need here already. But that's fine. We've got a lovely little fishing village. It doesn't need to be any larger than that. We're good. Now, trains. We don't need to bring workers in here because there's a village with workers already. And honestly, I kind of should have done that for more industries. Just have small villages dedicated to that industry. Particularly for the places where I was planning to have larger industries. But oh well. Now, this place, the train station's way too grand for it, but it's fine. Okay. Chain signal in, standard signal out, and that takes care of that problem. Lovely. Actually, no, these need to be standard signals. Okay. Lovely. Now, we need to add a new route. We need to go to our lovely little fishing village. And then we need to go to San Salvador Central. We need to load fish. And then we need to unload fish. Full cargo. Empty cargo. Okay. And this is going to be San Salvador fish. One train should be enough. If I need to add more than one, then I can, but... Okay. We want an ST30 with coal tender. And then box wagons. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't quite go to 12 because the depot is slightly too short. But anyway, we can fix the depot later. Okay, so we will be receiving a fish delivery soon. Yeah, the fish is waiting, ready to deliver. Okay, that means we can start getting people here soon. Why don't you have an input storage set to the wheat farm? Weird, it was working anyway, so it didn't matter, I guess. Or no, the wheat farm station. Okay, so the potato farm. We are producing 60 potatoes a minute. Okay, we're actually consuming potatoes slightly faster than we're making them according to this. So, if we had a second potato farm though, which this place is set up to be able to accept. I don't have any wood in the storage. Why not? Okay, we'll go solve our wood woes in a second here. Okay, that should fix any future potato issues we may have. Let's get another potato train. ST30 with a coal tender. And these are box cars as well. I didn't actually make a route for this yet. Okay. Let's get those potatoes going. So technically we are short one track for what we really should have here. We should have another track so I can drop workers off while they're loading the trains. I don't think it'll be an issue. We can fix the station easily enough to add a third track though. I probably should. As long as we don't reach a point where trains are sitting here for a long time, which they shouldn't. However, shouldn't is not exactly the same thing as won't. For now, we'll leave it alone though. But that should get us potatoes arriving as well. Okay. Which I do have a potato train, I do have a fish train. Okay. I believe it is time to launch all these trains. The bread train can stay for now. The power plant train needs to launch. The passenger trains. And then before they get their asses over here, I need to build some actual housing. Okay. And then we need to upgrade the roads to the better quality roads. Okay. And as soon as it will let us, oh, I can only build this inside city limits. Oh. Okay. Ow, my ears. It's not a very friendly noise, that's for sure. Okay, but that really helped with suitability. It blocked basically all of the crap from the power plant. Which makes everybody happy. Now. I want the Craftsman water tower. Just how much range does this have anyway? Enough that we can stick it over here. Let's try putting it there in that corner and see what happens. Oh, I don't have steel. I can't do that. Okay, we'll put it there then. That's certainly an interesting noise to encounter right as you click onto the stream. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I don't really appreciate it, but it's what we've got, I guess. Alright, unfortunately our trams are all... What are you waiting for? It stopped here. Blocked on...
That noise hurt worse than getting hit in the balls.
Hello, Dread. It's blocked on this signal, but why is that signal red? That signal should not be red. Alright, so where's the purple tram? There it is. This one's the one that has the workers for the power station. As soon as the power station comes online, the tram should start moving way faster. Yeah, I'm not sure why they made a click and drag place tree make a noise like that when you place it. What is the problem here? It wants to go here. This signal is red. This signal should not be red. Because this signal, which is a standard signal, is green. It should only be red if both of these are blocked. Oh. This train is overhanging just by a fraction of a tile. No wonder these trains are just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit too long. Well, that's not easily fixable. Unless I send all of these back and get them swapped to some kind of shorter train. I don't think I have one, though. Oh, well... those trains aren't supposed to wait at any station other than this one and these ones. And I'm actually not sure if these stations are long enough now. Uh-oh. Well, I could make them long enough. It's going to have the unfortunate side effect of blocking traffic whenever they're waiting at these stations, but they're set to only wait here for a certain amount of time. So it should be okay, I hope. Alright, so power is being produced. It looks like our consumption and production are not aligned at all. Okay, so we need to have a much larger power plant. Roger that. Unless I was reading this wrong. Yeah, consumption 20, production 13. Okay, we need more workers here is the problem. That'll be solved as soon as the purple tram comes back. Okay, where is the purple tram? There it is. Oh yeah, it did stop at that station. Okay. For some reason I don't have workers waiting at San Salvador Central. Oh, probably because I don't have enough workers. Yeah, it might help if I built a few more houses. And once enough people start working at this place... There we go. Everybody's supplied with water. That's gonna boost things up a good bit. Okay, why is this not receiving shipments? Okay. San Salvador West Market Supply. Load or load. Oops, it needs to be load or unload. Okay, that explains why fishing stuff isn't being delivered. Let's just check that again. Okay, so this is unloading potatoes now. Hell yeah. And that means we're going to start getting potatoes here when the workers get around to it. It is kind of a ways for the workers to go, but... Yep, there's potatoes arriving. Okay. It looks like the trams are all appropriately powered now. Well, mostly appropriately powered. Okay, we need a few more workers. There we go. Okay, nobody's showing low power signs. Beautiful. People here are complaining they don't have jobs, but that's fine. They can just stop whining. Alright, now. We need to get a decent number of craftsmen, and we need to deliver them here to the mega mines. So I don't think I have a worker train for the mega mines that stops at San Salvador. I am going to change the mega mine worker thing to not go to Porto Central and instead go to San Salvador Central. Yeah. So, San Salvador Central is going to start supplying mega mines. Okay, next thing's next. We need shirts and we need bread. So, bread and shirts are being made in Porto. I need to decide where in San Salvador I want my industrial sector to be. Probably here in the middle. Maybe. Okay, what are you complaining about? Not enough upkeep goods. Not sure what you're on about. There's plenty of coal there if that's what you were wanting. Yeah, I should have a separate train station for the industrial area. But at the same time, it does need to be close enough to receive goods. So having it closer to be useful. How many trains am I actually going to have here? Because this doesn't need to receive any trams. Let's just build it there for now. Let me think about it. This is only going to be cargo. It doesn't need the space for the tram stations. It doesn't need the space for the intercity trains. It's just external trains arriving and departing. So I think this will be good. Trying to decide where I want to put these things. I think we'll just do it like this for now. We'll just do them centered on the actual. That'll get us a good number of lines through here. Yeah, 7 is a good start. We'll see if I need more than that or not later. Okay. And then you get to be San Salvador Industrial. And accidentally renamed the route instead of what I actually wanted to name it. Okay. You are where Megamind's workers. Okay. Go away, route UI. Station UI. There we go. Now, we'll get 2 bridges in there. Now, the reason I'm doing 2 separate bridges is because I want to try something. If I do a pair of distribution centers here, I've heard... Actually, wait, this isn't how I want to do this at all. Oh, come on, where's the damn distribution centers? I lose track of these stupid things every time I look away for a few seconds. It's under logistics, it better be anyway. There we go. Okay, these are kind of far away from the trams. So I might put a tram out here just for industrial. We'll see. Yeah, actually. Something like that, I suppose. Um, don't think it's gonna work, actually. Well, it's worth a try. I'm gonna remove that road for now, so I have a little more room to work with. And we'll do that. Boom. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. All right, you are going to be renamed. Okay. Now we need to create a new train. We'll do a neat pair of ET10s. Need to make a route. San Salvador Central. To industrial tram. Swap workers. Swap workers. Rename. San Salvador Industrial Tram. Boom. Okay. So that should get workers over here to run these. Now, the actual industries here. We need to have cotton delivered. And then we really need the clothes to be over here at this station. So to do that, we're just going to deliver them to there. And then we'll have a train that runs from the industrial sector to central. Okay. Now, damn it. That was one tile off. Have to pay a little bit more attention to exact alignment. I thought I had it right, but okay. So that should be the correct alignment. Now, good enough for who it's for. Good enough for who it's for. All right. Now, this lane goes down here to the industrial. Like so. Beautiful. Now, this is the return. I should make sure that these rails are all powered. Purely so that we can run electric trains between these two. But for now, I'm just not going to worry about it. The only electric trains we'll run are the intercity ones. For the time being. Now, That's good. Okay. Signals are all configured. San Salvador Industrial is ready to go. Which means now we need to get cotton transported over there. How much cotton are we consuming? Where's the shirt manufacturing going on? We're consuming 30 cotton a minute. We're producing 40. Okay. Which means we probably should build another cotton farm. I really should build another sawmill. Okay. Beautiful. Now, cotton. Alright, now we need another cotton train. An ST-30, a coal tender. Boxcars, yep. Need a route for it. Cotton farm. San Salvador Industrial. Load, unload. Full cargo. Empty cargo. Filter. Cotton. Cotton. Rename. San Salvador. Cotton. Get out of here. Alright. Cotton should be coming in soon TM. Now. There, we should start getting worker tram deliveries here soon. I think. Got cotton on site. Some workers have been delivered. I suspect we need more workers. Let's go ahead and add said more workers. unlocked the iron mine. That's nice. Okay, these guys want houses of worship now. These have some pretty large radiuses. We'll put one out here right across from the market. We probably only need like 2 for the whole town if we place them right. But well, yeah, I don't have the cut stone required to upgrade the road that fast. Or the money. We'll upgrade what we can and leave it at that. Alright, we need water for the cotton factories. Okay. Now, we got to get a shirt train going. So let's set up a route. From San Salvador Industrial to San Salvador Central. Load, unload, add filter, shirts, add weight condition, full cargo, empty cargo, rename, boom. Okay, and then we need to build a train for it. It doesn't need to be a full-size train. We're going to run an ST30, a coal tender, and then... Oh... We're on 4 wagons. Okay. So that should get shirt production flowing. Next up, we need bread. So first things first, we need wheat. Okay, how much are the breakers we currently have? How much are they producing? They consume 60 a minute, they produce 60 a minute. Okay, and the wheat farm produces 120. Okay, so we need another wheat farm. That's not too shocking. I need wood for the wheat farm. I just built a whole nother wood industry. What is your problem? Okay, we're consuming 170 a minute for upkeep. Apparently. So we need to add more wood production. Roger that. I might need to build more wood trains just to keep it supplied. Okay. Oh, we're short on money, that's why. All right. And boom, new roads, beautiful. Yeah, we need to duplicate this train. Or build an even better one. Alright. ST30, for which I need a lot more money than I currently have. So I guess we'll just wait on that. Okay, there's the cotton train. Oh. Yeah, we got a bit of a problem here. San Salvador Industrial does not receive fuel. Okay. We need to transport fuel over here so we can refuel trains. Okay, where are we getting the fuel for San Salvador Central? Are we transporting it all the way from coal mine number 1? I think maybe we are. Yes, yes we are. Okay. I don't really want to waste a whole lot of space on this. Which means I don't want to spend a whole bay just to bring fuel in. So let me see if I can sneak a little side bay in. Something like that, maybe. That'll work. Okay. And then we'll have to buy a double-ended train for that. Oh, I need to start the shirt train. And I guess we might as well run the bread train too, even though it doesn't have any bread to pick up. Alright, so we do an SDF-10, which is a double-ended train. I need money. Let's just wait a little bit till we have enough cash. Our income's been going down a lot. Which makes sense. We're spending money getting all the infrastructure for a fairly large town going, and the large town part of it hasn't materialized yet. Okay, then we need a coal tender. And we need 2 gondola wagons. Okay, and then new route. Destination, San Salvador Central. San Salvador Industrial. This is going to be San Salvador Industrial Fuel. Load, unload, add filter, coal, add filter, coal. 4 full cargo, 4 empty cargo. Okay. Okay, there it is. And now we have fuel here for the local trains to refuel. Beautiful. Now, with that little unforeseen issue taken care of, wheat farm. We are probably let's see. Lovely. We're probably running low on workers here at Porto, if I had to guess. Because all these places are getting their workers from Porto. And we're adding a lot more. Looks like we're okay so far. Uh-oh. We're running into negative money. Alright, we better make it positive money quick. Yeah, fun. What can I do to decrease costs? Not a whole lot right now, other than try to get my population up some. I can upgrade a few of these houses once we get bread. But to get bread, I need the money to buy a train to haul the wheat. Stuff like that. Well, we got stuff backing up on the main line. This junction's not high enough throughput. Which means we're going to have to build a bigger, fancier, higher throughput junction soon. And this junction's probably going to fall over before too long as well. Okay, well, little things we can do to start improving things. The wheat farm. The worker one. Instead of having it go to Porto to pick up workers, we can have it go to San Salvador Central. No, are we actually out of workers here? We have 120 workers here. Okay. It looks like only 80 workers are used. I must need just a couple more. Let's add one more worker residence. I should get that stopped complaining. And it'll make us a little bit more money, which I will happily take, because right now any source of income I can get my hands on is a good source of income. Yeah, this is waiting for bread. That's waiting to pick up fish. We've got a good amount of supplies here, so that's great. Market supply is nice and full. The market's nice and full. Okay, I was a little bit worried we wouldn't be able to shuffle enough materials to the market from the market supply because they were kind of far away from each other. But apparently, no, we're good. Okay. Yeah, I need to fix these trains. What I need to do is make them shorter. But I don't have a way to make them shorter. They need to be just the tiniest little bit shorter. Basically, as soon as I can upgrade to an electric train, we'll have solved the problem. But I don't think I have any kind of electric cargo train. There is an electric, what do I call it? An electric tram. But that's not useful right now, unfortunately. Alright. We need to make some money. And to do that... Oh, what can I do? Well, there's really only one thing I can do. More laborers. Yeah, we'll put that there. Yeah, those will do. Okay. That got us a little bit more money. I would like to get a couple of craftsman residences. I think 2 or 3 of them would be enough. But we really need to get bread delivered first. I think. Or at least it certainly wouldn't hurt to get bread delivered first. Yeah. Okay, money is coming in now fast enough that we can build a train before too long. Which means I need to set up a wheat route. Boom. Okay, wheat farm number 1. 2. San Salvador Industrial. Load, unload. 4 full cargo. 4 empty cargo. Rename. San Salvador. Wheat. Alright, unfortunately trains are very expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and kick us into high gear so we can hopefully get money a little bit quicker. I think it costs like 30k for an ST30. We could drop down to an ST20, which only costs 10k. And is markedly slower. Oh, we're going to do the fast one, of course. Assuming we're able to afford it sometime this year. Now, do you think it'll play for more than one track? Not gonna hold my breath. I forgot. I was gonna come up with a solution for the lack of in-game audio, and I didn't do it. there's our locomotive. Okay, wheat. Shipped in a gondola. San Salvador wheat. Now, we need a bakery. Forgot to set the filters for this. So I just grabbed whatever random materials it wanted to. Which is stupid, and it shouldn't do that until it has a need for something, but... Okay, where's the distribution center in this list? There. Oh, come on. There we go. Then we need to buy another train to haul the bread away from here. And San Salvador Central is already starting to fill up. Unfortunately. Where's the San Salvador fuel train? Oh, I see. It's just about here. Must be using up fuel a lot faster than I thought. That, or it takes a lot longer for that train to get over there. Well, the fact they're all stuck behind a train that is out of fuel isn't helping. Oh well. Wait, this place is out of fuel already? I might need to run... Okay, San Salvador is out of coal. I might need to run more coal trains or larger coal trains. And this station probably needs some waiting bays. This is kind of a temporary station because as soon as I can make a large station, I'm going to have to. Because this one's not sized large enough. Okay, there's the fuel train back with its 500 coal again. Which lasts all of like 2 seconds. Yeah, we really need more coal trains. Okay. Well, maybe not. Honestly, I should reverse the direction of the train hauling fuel into San Salvador Industrial. And bring the fuel into San... Okay, here, let's do this. We're no longer hauling fuel into San Salvador Central. It's now being hauled into San Salvador Industrial. And then the industrial fuel one is going to be renamed to Central Fuel. And we reverse the direction of the train. Okay. Now. Unfortunately, we got so many trains refueling out of here that might not actually work. It does free up loading bays, which is nice. The coal was disappearing into trains just as fast as it could come in. This might be a minor problem. Also, we're running out of coal for the power plant. Yeah, okay, we need a closer source of coal. There are some coal mines right over here. They're not that far away from the tram line. So I think I might just... No, do I want to hook into the city tram system? Yeah, I kind of do. Okay. And then... Um... Yeah. Standard signals in. Chain signals out. These are all going to be set up for bidirectional trains. Because I'm lazy. Okay. Now. This is probably the dumbest junction ever built. But That's not to say it won't work. All right. And you are going to be the San Salvador fuel mine. All right. Now, routes. New route. Select destination. San Salvador Central. San Salvador fuel mine. Swap workers. Swap workers. Rename. San Salvador fuel mine tram. Boom, boom. An ET30 fuel mine tram. Get going. I do need to make this a requirement signal. And you each need to be requirement signals as well. Okay, you requirement length less than or equal to 2. And you greater than or equal to 2. No. Greater than or equal to 3. Which is the default. Nearly. Okay. I believe that the length of these trams is 1.6, yeah. Oh, and then I need to run some electricity out here too. 'Cause of course I do. Okay. That should keep these all nicely electrified. Now, let's set up another route. San Salvador fuel mine to San Salvador Central. I really hate to run this through Central. Well, load, unload, add filter, coal, coal. It doesn't need filters technically. Full cargo, empty cargo, rename. San Salvador, Central fuel 2. Okay, we need San Salvador Central fuel. We need to set this to load at San Salvador Fuel Mine. Unload at Central. Okay. Central Fuel 2, let's rename. This needs to actually be industrial fuel. Okay. Boom. Where is... There it is. Okay, so this train's feeling a little lost, but I'll fix that in a second. Alright, you cannot reach destination. You're trying to go to Central Fuel. Okay, go to depot. Why'd you have to stop right there? That is the only place you could possibly stop that would create a problem. I need it to pull into this stupid station so that it will change its direction. And it doesn't want to. Okay, fine. We'll put in some temporary track. No? It absolutely can go to its destination. It just doesn't want to. Okay, fine. We'll pay the fee to get it to where it needs to go. Oh, I screwed this up. These are 5-length stations. Or they should be. Actually, I think they need to be 6-length because reasons. Okay. It looks like everybody's working now. Got a lot of trains going through this station. I'm going to modify this a little bit so that we split trains off that are going to here so they can bypass that whole area. Okay, this is still a bit of a bottleneck. I could actually fix it. If I do it right now, it shouldn't break anything. Okay. Oh, come on. This needs to be one tile south. Unfortunately, it can't go one tile south. Or it needs to be one tile back. Which it could perhaps go one tile back. Um, okay. I think I can modify this to be a little more friendly. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. That's a bit of a pain in the butt to get that to build. Alright, it's not the most ideal signaling in the world, but it does mean that we will split the trams off from the cargo trains a little earlier. So the two won't interfere as much when they're entering and exiting the station. Alright, and it has become rather obvious to me that this station is not big enough. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that. We need a second central fuel train. Boom. Okay. Okay. Now. We have one train for industrial fuel, which seems to be plenty. We have two trains for central fuel, which it looks like they're finally starting to catch up a little bit, maybe? Maybe not. They're not falling behind as badly. There we go. Alright, anyway. So I think the fuel problem is at least delayed. I would like to run the power plant fuel trains in here too. To do that, I'm going to have to modify them. Which is not a huge issue. Okay. Now, the power plant fuel train, you unload. Then send to depot. Okay. Sell the ST20. Buy an SDF-10. Boom. Okay. Now, we are sending that train on a circuit of the whole town for no reason. So, we probably should modify its tracks slightly. But it's not a requirement right now, so I'm just going to leave it alone. What it will do is take considerable load off of the central station fuel supply, which means it's filling right back up. Okay, good. All right. Hell yeah. We finally solved our train fuel issue, I think. Now, are we producing... We are producing bread. Okay, good. The bread is not being distributed because we don't have a train to haul bread from industrial to central. So let's fix that problem. New route. Industrial. Central. Industrial. There we go. Load, unload, full cargo, empty cargo. Bread. Bread. Rename. San Salvador. Bread. Okay. New train. ST30, coal tender. That is the wrong depot. A train built at that depot actually won't be able to go where we want it to go. Okay. ST30, tender. San Salvador bread, go. Okay. Now, what we really should do is have a central station somewhere that handles workers. And then have a large train depart San Salvador to the worker distribution hub. The problem with that is that it will, that's kind of what San Salvador Central was supposed to be, was a large central station. We just don't have the large station yet, so we're kind of limited. Speaking of which, what unlocks do we have available? Like, we have another tier of steam locomotive available. I would really, really, really like an electric where can I view the unlocks? Okay, why are you complaining about no electricity? We should have plenty of electricity. What are you on about? Okay, anyway, that's beside the point. Are we delivering bread here yet? No, we're not. Why are we not delivering bread here yet? We have a bread train sitting right here. The local bread delivery train has left. Okay, now we're getting bread. They're not delivering enough goods between these two. Can't say I'm surprised. We'll add a courier shack here. Input market supply, output actual market. Go ahead and hire 25 people, say. Boom. Okay. That greatly improves our throughput. Okay, everybody's happy. We can upgrade these laborers to craftsmen. Alright, you want electricity. Well, that's why you had the big electric poles here, I guess. Where is my substation? Where am I going to put the substation, first of all? We can put it right in the middle of that, but I highly doubt that's a good idea. Okay, substation can go right there. That way we can disguise it prettily. And then we can run a low voltage power pole from the substation. Oh, come on. Well, that'll work. What do you mean no electricity? It shows you drawing a line to that pole. Or in fact, it shows you drawing a line to the nearby substation. Are we not providing enough electricity? We are not providing enough electricity. Okay, we need to build a bigger power plant. Roger that. And I'm short on wood and cut stone. Okay. That gives us enough power, barely. Okay. Alright, we are not producing enough cut stone. To keep up with maintenance requirements. We are producing enough wood, but we're not hauling it fast enough. Which means I really need to get a second wood train. That should solve a lot of our wood problems. Yeah, cut stone, we're just simply not producing enough cut stone. Maintenance? He is a bitch. Who knew? All right. Prepare for loud noises. Okay, that actually helped a lot. Some. Maybe not a lot, actually. All right. Got to keep that suitability up around the power plant. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put in a courier shack. And I'm going to see if I can increase throughput. There we go. Now we're getting enough coal stored at the coal plant. It's not on life support. Alright. Hello, Colo. Have you been here? I don't think I've seen you tonight yet. Alright. Coal plant's been improved a little bit. What is going on with fuel here? Oh, we don't have enough workers here. But wait. You're supposed to be getting your workers... Oh. No, wait. Yeah, okay, I see. I see. San Salvador needs more population, that's what the problem is. That's a lot of people waiting at the market tram. We might need to run more trams through here. Yeah, that's the problem. We're not running enough trams. Or at least that's a problem. Okay. Trams west. Tram west. Tram west. All right. You should have the badge of best cheer. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Okay. The fuel mine is still producing plenty of fuel, so we're good on that. Yeah. Good night, Colo. So we should have enough craftsmen now that it'll kick our... Oh yeah, that kicked our brick supply into high gear. So we actually have bricks now, finally. So that's great. Let's drop our speed back down. We don't need to be running at top speed all the time anymore. Okay. Wood's full up again. That's amazing and awesome and all that good stuff. Okay. Okay. Will you stop complaining about workers now? You have. That's great. Mega Mines is running properly. Okay. How's the San Salvador market doing? It's got enough goods for now. Okay. I really need to improve our cut stone supply. We are delivering enough goods that we should be able to run a second bakery without any trouble. Okay. The market tram no longer has absolutely tons of people waiting at both of them. Okay. Let's upgrade some more of these roads. Okay. Yeah, it does look like we can indeed put... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, okay. We should be able to move this house of worship out here to the middle. And it should be able to cover out to the corner. I think. Okay. Not quite, but that's because the roads aren't updated over there, I think. Um, actually, I think we want the house of worship right there. Because that should be dead center on the middle. And then we can do that. Oh, there we go. That's how we get the variations. past the one I was looking for. Okay. And then it's not what I want. Yeah, no, there's nothing interesting there either. That'll do. That'll do. And then let's upgrade these corner roads. Oh, that costs way too much. I don't have the cut stone I need. Okay, but anyway, we should just need 2 of these churches. One here and then one over here. To cover the whole town, more or less. If we can't quite reach the whole corner, we can stick something else in the corner, like a park or something. Because, like, we can fit a lot of people in this town footprint. Currently, only this corner has services. Well, technically, this whole side has services. This side doesn't have passenger trams running yet. But that's fixable. But this side has supply trains coming in. Actually, no, it does have trams. Because that's right. The trams are set to do all 4 tram stations down the sides. I'm probably going to need to change that eventually. This station here is just too small. I really need to cut the whole thing off and redo it, but I don't have the large station yet, so it's not worth trying. Yeah, this power plant needs more fuel being brought in. Okay, how much are we actually consuming? The power plant does actually have to be that large. Okay. Who's complaining about not enough workers? These buildings, they don't have workers because they're just simply not receiving workers. That's fine. They don't need them right now. Okay. All right. The next thing we need to do is get more craftsmen so we can unlock cattle. We're up to about 5,000 gold income again, which is pretty nice. All right. Oh, we're once again having leakage, shall we say. Okay, that's much better contained again. Not fully contained, mind. That's probably good enough. Yes, it is. Okay. Beautiful. What's the overall suitability for this place? 10.0, or attractiveness, I mean. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, we do have steel production we should be engaging in now, too. Okay. Okay. Because we're all ready to build an iron mine. I forgot we unlocked that a little bit ago. Yeah. I really should do something about the cut stone. Okay, upkeep potential, negative 110 a minute. Production potential, plus 200 a minute. Actual production's plus 12 a minute. What is causing low cut stone production? Oh, it's because we don't have any stone incoming. Why don't we have stone incoming? Because the train's not there. Apparently we're consuming it faster than we can transport it. Well, that makes a certain amount of sense. I should move my stone cutting operation to a different town. Build a dedicated town for it. Someplace else. I don't think I can build stone cutters outside of a town. If I could... that would be the ideal, actually. But I'm pretty sure you can only do stone cutting inside towns. Oh. Oh wait, there it is. Yep. Stoneworks. Yeah. Can only be built in a town. Doesn't have to be built right in the town. So technically we could build a second station over here and build a dedicated stoneworks setup to haul more stone in. That'd probably be a good idea because we need more. We need a much larger stoneworks. I could, if I by removing some of the pressure off Porto to produce stone, we could, for example, move bread production fully to where you call it, the other town. That or shirt production, or both. The problem is San Salvador is already a bit overloaded on trains. Well, only for the central station. And it's not like dangerously overloaded yet, it's just a bit overloaded. So if we did the industrial station, which is where we would actually be doing it, because industry. Okay, I want to make some changes to this place. I don't like those bridges. Piece of shit game. If the... Okay, this is kind of an interesting, annoying problem that this game has. And I remember complaining about it when I played this game last. The delete function is way too eager, desperate even, to delete where are columns? Rails. If whatever you're clicking on is close to a rail, it'll nuke that rail. Happily and immediately. It doesn't matter what you actually want to delete. It's going for the rails. Okay. Route, San Salvador. Industrial tram. Okay. Now. Water tower's gotta go. That'll work. Build a new water tower. Over there. Then I do need to run some bridges across. Okay. There's no rail signals there. What are you complaining about? Oh, I don't have to cut stone. Okay. That'll work. So what's our actual consumption of shirts? Is there anywhere where I can see the global... Okay, consumption here is negative 41. Unless that's global. It does say global stats, but I'm not sure if I believe that's global. Yeah, no, there's no way that's global. Because this says 61. So it looks like we're consuming about 100. Per minute or whatever. I'm guessing those are per minute numbers. Alright. So we need... If we want to produce all shirts here... That would probably be as good. And then we would need to set up a shirt train running from here to there. Change the second cotton train to not haul to Porto anymore. Alright. ST30, coal tender. New route. Select destination. San Salvador Industrial. To Porto Central. Load. Unload. Shirts. Full cargo. Empty cargo. Rename. Porto. Shirts. Okay. Now, Porto cotton. Boom. You will be assigned to San Salvador cotton. And this cotton route will be deleted. I don't think we actually need a second train for San Salvador's cotton route. So actually you, I want to sell you. Okay. Cleaning things up nicely now. Okay, each of these has let's see. Let's check these. Plus 15 a minute in, plus 30 a minute out. Okay. It's like 150. Okay, that should be plenty of transport capacity then. Throughput is supposed to be 300 a minute. Yeah. We've got like 50 something. Yeah, 300 a minute should be plenty. Okay, it is filling up now on cotton. And the station's full on shirts, which is why they're a bunch backed up. Okay, that's sized correctly now. This needs more people too. Because we're not transporting enough to keep our current bread supplied. The only reason it's working is because we are massively overproducing bread here. Okay, we should stop producing bread at Porto. I'm just gonna keep producing shirts here in Porto until we run out of cotton. Just use it all up. There's no reason to not use it up. Yeah. Okay. The shirt train has arrived. The shirt train is left. That should solve all of the shirt problems we have at Porto. The non-existent shirt problems. Okay. Yeah. Screw it. I'm deleting the shirt factories. I want to reclaim the money that they're costing me. So I might just make Porto the cut stone capital, because there's already a lot of stone cutting happening here. And if I just get rid of the bread, cut stone will be the only industry here. Well, cut stone and local fish production, I guess. There's no reason to do fish production non-locally. Okay, how much fish are we actually consuming here? It does not say. How much fish are we actually consuming here? We are consuming 61 fish. Okay, it looks like we're not massively overproducing them. We're overproducing, but not massively. I am going to add a courier shack here to town. Remove filter. Porto Central to market. That should transport goods a little more efficiently. Okay. Keep that market nice and full. I noticed the potato numbers were starting to fall, so that's why I was a little worried about it. All right. I'm going to order wheat delivery be stopped to Porto. And we're going to sell this train. And then we're going to set up a new route. From San Salvador Industrial to Porto Central. Load. Unload. Full cargo. Empty cargo. Filter. Bread. Rename. Porto. Bread. Okay, and we'll make a train for this. ST30, coal tender. Boom. Porto. Bread supply. There we go. Okay. Now, I am going to want to add a couple more bakeries here once I have the cut stone for it. Which we're going to have to wait on for a little bit, because cut stone is a bit dear at the moment. Okay. That should handle all of our bread needs. We will allow these bread factories to continue working for a little bit. But really I need to add more stone cutters. Okay. I kind of wish you could just draw better paths over worse paths to replace them instead of having to use the upgrade tool, but yeah. As far as complaints go, it's a relatively minor one. Okay, you are a stone transport. Boom. It's got a second stone train going because we need more of them. We don't have enough stone on hand. Which means we should produce more quarries. I'm going to go ahead and double the number of quarries we have available here. Okay. Gonna need some more workers to be delivered, but that's fine. Um, I don't think we're shuffling enough workers through the mega mines. Where is the mega mines worker train? How full are you? Okay, it's an ST-20 locomotive, and it's not completely full. So I think we want to upgrade this thing to an ST-30. Gonna let it swap workers. As soon as it's done and starts leaving, we're gonna order it to go and refit. Okay. What good does this need? It looks like it's got everything it needs. Alright, anyway. Need to rename this train depot. Alright. They've used up the last of the wheat available, except what's already in the factories. So we'll be able to remove those soon. Okay. Oh, you know, this train doesn't have a reason to exist anymore. We no longer need to haul coal from coal station or coal mine number 1 to San Salvador, because San Salvador has its own local fuel mine. Okay. That'll remove a little bit of pressure off the industrial station. Not that the industrial station has to worry about pressure at the moment, but... Okay, we're full up on cut stone here. So you know what that means. Okay. we go. That should give us a second cut stone train. Every time I do something to remove train pressure off Porto, we end up adding another train to increase throughput. But that should remove a lot of pressure from the what do you call it? Should improve maintenance. Because currently we have a bit of an issue where we're spending more cut stone in maintenance than what we can transport to the warehouse. Alright. With 2 cut stone trains, shouldn't be an issue anymore. That problem should go away. Although we're not getting enough raw stone delivered. Are we still short on? It's being produced. It's being hauled to the station. It's just not fast enough. Gotta go faster. Faster, faster, faster. Anyway. Yeah, as fast as we can haul stone in, it gets immediately cut. Also, we have trains waiting on the main line because we don't have enough stops. Oh well. Oh well. That's why I'm trying to remove everything out of Porto. Alright, but it is nice to see that we're no longer in dire straits as far as cut stone goes. We're back to positive, mostly. Yeah. Wood, we solved that problem a while ago. So that's all good. I really need to add a dedicated cut stone station over here or something. Solve some of that problem. But anyway, Porto is no longer producing bread. Its bread production has been removed. There's no wheat here. We're no longer producing shirts here. The only things that are being produced here is cut stone and fish. Mostly just cut stone. And also supplying workers to a lot of the local farms. Although not all of them. Some of them are coming in from San Salvador. San Salvador itself has our first population of craftsmen. and is all set up to have a population boom, I was about to say, but it turns out these guys are running low on power. How are we doing with power? We are not doing so hot. We're using almost as much power as we're producing. And we are not bringing in enough coal. Okay. We're producing enough coal. It's just not being transported. Alright, I need to redo the power plant. I should just build the power plant over here right beside the coal mines. Build a new one. Tear this one down. That would be perfectly fine. Probably a good idea even. Just build it like right here. Big ol' hunkin' power plant. Where's the power plant fuel train? That's central fuel and industrial fuel. Central fuel. Okay, there's power plant fuel. Oh. I see. Why are you running to San Salvador Central to load? Don't do that. Go to the fuel mine. I mean, it'll work, obviously. That's less than perfectly efficient. Also, I'm kind of tempted to put in a shortcut for it. Because as it is, it'll have to go way out around. There's a lot of trains that are circling the town. Yeah, okay. We need to do something about this coal production to make it go faster. I think we'll do this. Oh, oops. I'd laid those all as chain signals. They're most definitely not supposed to be chain signals. Okay. So that should give us much more efficient power plant coal. Because it won't have to go all the way around the town if it doesn't want to. Which means much faster cycle times. Which means hopefully we won't have to get a second train for it. But it does look like we're going to have to expand the size of the power plant before long. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Okay. The fuel mine's got plenty of fuel. So that's good. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, we're up pretty good on cut stone finally. That's properly taken care of. We're still hardly getting enough raw stone. And we're still not hauling the cut stone away at full speed. But we're definitely keeping up with maintenance for now. This station needs to be bigger. Speaking of stations that need to be bigger. It's a future Milo problem, I think. Particularly because it's 10:35, I just noticed. Which means we probably should wrap this up. Look at how many little trams we got zipping around here. I wonder, is there a way I can prevent trains from taking a route? Where's a bit of rail that I don't mind just plunking a random ass signal on? I don't have one. Let's just lay some random rail so I can play with signals for a second. Okay. What all do I have available for requirements? Destination. And then you choose a station. You can't choose more than one station, though, is the problem. Okay. You can't choose more than one route. You could set avoid or prefer to get trains to prefer not to go through the middle of town unless they actually have to get to where they're going. I'm not sure what that would do to pathfinding performance, though. It might really hurt pathfinding performance. But I don't want trains just going through the middle of town when they don't have business going through middle of town. Which currently too many of them are. I'd rather they go around the outside of town. So I'm going to modify these. All to be influence, action, avoid. Influence, action, avoid. Influence, action, avoid. Okay. Basically, don't drive through downtown unless you have to go through downtown, you idiots. Go around the long way. That should prevent everything except the tram. Yeah. See, now the fuel mine tram, for example. Well, it wasn't ever going to go through there anyway. Let's look for a better example. You. The industrial tram. Yup, it's going to drive around the outside instead of cut through the middle of town. Okay. Currently, I think the industrial tram is the only train that was wanting to cut through the middle of town, but it's that. Well, I guess that and oh, there might have been some others too, I guess. Like this train might cut through here. No, you can't go that way through town. You're going that way through town, so maybe probably not actually. Oh well. I'm fairly happy with how this town is turning out so far. It is very small as far as population goes compared to what it's built to support, but it can be expanded a whole lot very quickly if I have to. And later, as I start moving some of my industries out, maybe, or to other parts of town, I can modify it fairly rapidly. But anyway, I think that'll be that for tonight. Alas, since I fixed the strip timer, I no longer get that handy little notifier if I go too late, if the light popping off all of a sudden. Well, that wasn't really working ever since daylight savings time anyway, but yeah. We have half a year of me not finding out it's too late if I'm not don't pay any attention to the clock until like 11:20 or so, I think is when it shuts off now. Which would be rather late. Tomorrow. More sweet transit sounds fun. We actually didn't make a whole lot of progress today as far as actually getting new things done. But we made a lot of progress as far as getting a solid foundation under us for new things to get done. There's still plenty of issues, particularly with the old city. I should actually start cutting the old city down, but like start removing pieces of it until I have just enough people there to run the stone cutters, and that's it. But the problem with that is that I would have to add all that population into the new city. And if I did that, then we'd have throughput problems at the new stations, which are not appropriately sized, purely due to catchment size issues. Once we unlock the next tier of station, that problem will go away. But for that, we need to start producing steel. So I think that's the next goal, I think. But anyway, that's for tomorrow. Thursday will be some Far Cry 2. Probably got at least a few more weeks of that. And then Friday will hopefully be some EDF. And Saturday and Sunday will be some Valheim. For tonight, let's see. Is anyone on the old follow list doing anything? Abby's playing Fallout 4. And doesn't look like anybody else is doing anything. Boring bastards. What's Abby doing in Fallout? Oh, he's messing around with some kind of settlement mod, it looks like. Sure, let's raid Abby. Why not? hopefully I see you all back here tomorrow for some more terrain shenaniganry. And I will see you all later. Good night and goodbye.